Yo, what's up? It's your boys. Back at it. Episode 4
Hola.
of the Joystick. I can't even say our fucking name.
Joystick podcast.
Joe, the only guy not
It's
here.
going to be one of those nights again.
When we invite Joe Biden on the podcast. It's like, what am I doing?
We actually did episode 1. He forgot to show up.
Yeah. That's what it was.
He couldn't find the
You
address.
should actually do that. You should actually make the title featuring Joe Biden, and then when the video starts, be like, "Hey, Joe Biden wasn't able to make it." It's just like every time, just put like a different celebrity.
He's in the thumbnail, and he's right here in one of the master shots.
Just put like Brad Pitt, be like, he wasn't able to make it today. Sorry,
He was too busy filming a movie.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us here for episode 4. As you can see, we have some friends with us here. We got Jerry and Jose chilling with us. We're just gonna have a good old time.
Yeah.
So,
Great old time.
what have you gentlemen been up to?
I want to start off by saying, fuck Spectrum, also known or formerly known as Time Warner.
Yeah, horrible
Their
company.
internet sucks,
Yeah.
and they've been fixing the internet for like a month since the fucking what's the name of that tropical storm that passed by?
The newest one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I don't
one.
know what the name was.
It was like Isaias, but they pronounced it weird.
Ah,
Yeah.
Shout out to Dylan, the meteorologist, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blessing.
Fucking, yeah, not a vibe. I've been having spotty internet for like ever, and I'm just trying to play games. And I got like 3 BRs to play now, and a new hard drive.
What's the third one?
Oh, that's right.
Hyperscape. Oh, you're playing Warzone.
yeah.
you got it. Sure.
Yeah, I'm still trying. Like I still hate it. It's just everybody plays it, so I might as well play it.
Yeah, I get that. I just started replaying Apex.
Yeah.
Apex is great, huh?
Same.
I'm
Yeah,
enjoying
it's
it.
good now.
Having fun. I gotta get used to that loot system. Not the loot system, but the crafting thing.
Oh, show.
You want to hear what I did yesterday?
What?
I went to Long Island City, back to one of our hangouts.
Right. You said that.
Yeah. You want to hear how I got there?
How'd you get there?
So I was supposed to go in my girlfriend's car, but early in the morning, my girlfriend's dad needed her car, so we couldn't use it.
Right.
So her friend was like, "Oh, we can go in my work van. It'll just be a little uncomfortable in the back." So I was like, "All right, no problem." And before we left, I asked her, I was like, "Should we is it cool? Like, do we fit?" And she's like, "Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem." Van pulls up. It was a meat storage van.
Okay.
What?
It didn't even have like seats. It just had like two little slopes to like sit on at the sides of it, but it had no windows.
Oh.
my
So
God.
before my friend closed the door, he was like, "Does anybody have weak stomachs?" And I have super weak stomach, and I get like anxiety attacks and shit like that. So he was like, my girlfriend thought it was from the smells, but since my dad is a chef, I've been like in meat lockers a bunch, so it's like I'm used to that weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Like as gross as it sounds, my dad has been stained with like every food from him transporting it. So my dad's car just always smells like food. But it was the fact that there were no fucking windows in there. I was just going crazy, man. Like, cause I get car sick normally when I'm in the back of cars, but I use that like look at the horizon trick. So not having that, I was done. Even my girlfriend knew. She was just like, "Don't worry, we're almost there." And when I got out, apparently I was like white as a ghost. Like, I enjoyed the rest of the night, and very thankfully they let me sit in the front on the way home. But holy shit, man, that was crazy.
Did you ever try not getting car sick? It's a really
Just turn it off.
really helpful.
Yeah.
If I would have known that, Dill, I probably wouldn't have gotten car sick.
those things.
You just be on that damn phone. That's what you always.
Remember that? That was a time.
Because you be on that damn phone.
Man, I remember when that was an excuse for everything. This not even the phone, just anything that I did too much. It was because you play games too much.
Yeah.
Shout outs to parents.
Shout outs to Latinos. Shout outs to minorities. Period.
Shout outs to the minorities.
Shout out to us minus Dylan.
Yeah.
So wait, does that make him the minority or the majority? Now we're in a fucking.
Depends what
now
definition we're using.
Now we're in a predicament here.
Yeah.
Were you ever given trouble for playing? Were you ever given trouble for playing games too much?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes it was like if I didn't do homework, but I always did my homework. So
I remember when I got the 360 and I got Halo 3, my grades dropped like a lot. Like my grades were like no bullshit. It was in middle school, so it didn't fucking matter. But like my total average at the end of the semester was no bullshit, like a 72.
nice.
Like for every class, like my
Too much
total
Foundry,
average.
bro.
And I remember
Way too much Foundry.
the day we went there and I got my report cards, every single one of my teachers were just like, for parent teachers conference, they were just like, Jose is just, he's been slacking off, this, that, the other thing. And I remember walking home and I was just like skipping back. And in the back of my head, I was like, my dad's going to kill me. But I was like, whatever. And I remember when I got home and my dad saw like the report card, said he was pissed. He took away my Xbox for like mad long. He took it away for so long that the Xbox One came out.
Damn.
The Xbox One came out, and then I was just like, he gave it back, and
Bro,
like,
were we like 17 by then?
Bro, exactly.
That's crazy.
Like I literally, like I was just like,
You didn't
whatever.
have an you didn't have an Xbox for like 6 years.
Bro, that's when I was playing CS:GO. That was my thing.
Wow.
MCS, no, fucking Condition Zero. Like that. That's how I got good at PCs, is because that's the only thing that I would play. And I remember there was like, whenever school wasn't out, or whenever school was out, I'd get my Xbox back. But whenever school was happening, I couldn't play it.
Tight life.
Shit was so
happening?
stupid.
Lit summer though.
I was an only child, so that was the
relate.
bargaining chip. I was like, you don't have brothers or sisters, so you could play that shit for a long time. I was like, no, thanks, bro.
Only beef I ever had was just like me and my brother. That was the only beef that ever came through video games.
Right.
It was like, oh, my turn to play or whatever. But that was about it. And then I actually ended up getting a GameCube because my brother hogged the PS2.
Bro, how'd you
That was
do
mad
that?
hype.
Huh?
How'd you
I've
do
had my Game Boy SP smashed by my dad.
I remember you telling me
But then the following Christmas we got DSs, so it was like it wasn't that bad.
Worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now you can play Nintendo.
Like, how'd you deal with like your brothers wanting to play games at like the same time?
I mean, we just took turns a lot, or we like played because we had like a console and then we had like a Game Boy too. So we like tried to divide it, and then there was like a TV, so you gotta like cycle.
There was a time where you, Andy, and Rafi like all lived in the same house, and not only that, like all this shit was in the same room.
Yep.
So it was like when Andy wanted to go to bed, it was like, yeah, you fucking.
I mean,
That's
we
it.
slept in the
It was
same
like
room.
it was like a gaming house of wisdom, you know.
Yeah.
It was like everyone was
What did we
playing
used to do when
games.
Andy went to bed?
You used to go to the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to the living room.
Damn.
play some
I have a
Game Boy.
super weird memory of all three of us being mad tired. This is kind of a new thing, but then we were in Jerry's living room mad tired, and we watched the Overwatch League.
That was the night of
That
the
was a
fire.
while ago.
Yeah, and then halfway through, we were like, we don't even want to watch this. We're mad tired.
What fire?
That remember there was like that huge fire by you guys,
It was
like
on It was like Atlantic and 102.
102nd or something like that.
The one that I made the joke about Tony and the bacon thing. Remember?
Yeah,
Was it that day? I was like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Bacon egg,
the bacon
that
egg. Yeah,
That just
yeah.
reminded me.
Okay.
I didn't know what they were talking about. Somehow that story reminded me.
Yeah, no, we were hanging out at Jerry's house one time watching the Overwatch. It wasn't even the league. It was like when Overwatch first came out.
It was the league, but it was on TV.
Yeah, it was like on TBS
yeah.
or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
it was-
that's why we all got together to like check it out.
Yeah.
But then me and Dylan like left Jerry's house mad late, and on the walk back, I was doing some stupid shit where I was like, "Yo, Dylan, they're following us. We gotta move. And like Dylan's like, "You're an idiot," and I was just saying all this combat bullshit, and then like lo and behold, we hear like a rumble, like a brrr. And I was like, "Did you feel that or hear that?" And Dylan's deaf ass is like, "No, I didn't hear it." And then we keep walking down
Yeah,
the
we
block,
turn- we turn
and
up,
we turn up, and I look at Dylan, and behind him is literally like a plume of fire and smoke, like towering, fucking maybe 6 stories into the air, and we're like, "Holy shit!"
OD, what the hell?
Yeah, it was insane. I think it was like I heard it was a crack house supposedly, but I don't know how truthful that was because it was like a whole like building. It wasn't like a house.
I think they got away with it then, because if everything's burnt,
Yeah, right.
The fucking, nah, they could probably still fucking get like the residue and shit. I'm starting to get sauce, by the way, so I'm like,
I can tell.
Perfect.
What's it called?
How many are you in right now?
Just 2.
Okay. We should have
just enough for me to stay functional.
We should have a segment for that.
A counter.
Yeah. Or just like a thing that we have, like if anyone gets fucked up on the podcast, or we do a Let's Play, which we'll talk about later.
Oh yeah.
Then we'll have like a little segment that they can do.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, well, what are your top 3 this? And then we have Jose just like,
Listen to this person talk.
yeah, listen to this person talk for 20 minutes about this thing. There won't be any wrong information.
Bro. Fucking
Fucking up.
let's talk about the video game landscape right now, and let's talk about there's that game that came out recently. It's called
Love that
what's the
game.
name of that? No, there's a game that came out called like Aeon something. It might not be that, but there's a game that came out recently that it turned out the backer was like this Russian guy, and he fucked the devs over, and he didn't even pay them, and all the devs resigned, and the game that they showed at the PS5 conference thingy of the PlayStation thing, it turned out that that was just all fake.
Oh
Like
shit.
it was just like
Oh,
all
wow.
CGI and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to find the name of it. But None of the devs got paid. It turned out that the CEO was like fucking around with like investors' money and shit. And it looks like the game's not gonna come out. And it was probably one of the better looking games, but it was because the trailer was fake.
I've heard stuff that like apparently I don't people when the so let me oh my god I can't speak. Holy crap, it's like we're doing a podcast where I have to speak, you know. But no, apparently when I heard this maybe a couple weeks ago that the PlayStation 5 was having problems like playing 4K games or something like that. But the reports weren't very clear as if it was a PlayStation issue or an issue with the developers, because some developers have been able to put out like really good looking stuff that plays well. Yeah. And then some others are reporting like frame rate issues in 4K. So I don't know if that means like at the beginning all the games are going to be like crappy, or like if it's like they said, like it's just a developer thing. Like some games will be good and some games will be whack, but...
The game was called Aeon Must Die, by the way.
Aeon Must Die?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
I haven't heard of that.
I remember seeing it somewhere, but...
I think I remember saying that was one of the better games. Yeah. That sucks.
It's a common thing, though, too, where it's like the devs or like the people that are at the core of the Kickstarter just kind of pocket all the money. Yeah. Or they take most of it. Too. That usually happens anyway. It's just that this is like nothing came from it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of pocketing all the money, have you heard about EA, too? EA, apparently the CEOs and the CCOs and all that shit, the higher ups were trying to give themselves bonuses like they do every year.
Yeah.
But the way their bonus system works is that it's based on performance. Or like, you know, it's based off what they gained or what they did through the year. And they were trying to give themselves bonuses, and they passed like this new, not legislation, I don't know how it works in like a fucking company, but whatever, these new set of rules that we're going to apply. And usually the investors just say yeah. But like 70-something% of them were like no, for like the first time, and people were like they were like, whoa, that's really weird for shareholders to deny like a bonus or like an award thing. And then in the letter that they sent to all the shareholders explaining why they should say no, it was like, yeah, they're just taking money, like they haven't, there's no performance, there's no nothing, and the CEOs and all the higher ups were trying to say that they were going to forego like a certain amount of money, like they were going to forfeit their bonuses. But it turned out that the bonuses were probably nothing in the first place.
Oh, that sucks.
It was more of just like a publicity thing.
Yeah, like a PR move. Like, oh, we're going to look good. Like, but we weren't going to get the bonus anyway.
We're just going to give up our bonuses. But they were going to get like 16, or rather their salaries or the amount that they were going to get the year prior was like quadrupled. Like they made like $3 million or something like that, or like $4 million, and then they ended up like the next year getting like a $16 million fucking. And the games suck.
Yeah. Like the games haven't been good for a while.
They honestly haven't,
and they've just been stealing money.
Yeah,
anyway.
But they do. But the amount of money EA makes is crazy. Yeah. Like the amount of the money people spend on fake cards,
microtransactions,
and just not even that, just like cards in FIFA. FIFA's a worldwide sport.
Imagine playing FIFA.
People in the industry is fucked from all corners.
I mean, that's what's keeping EA alive right now. If they didn't have FIFA, they'd be bankrupt.
Imagine playing
all
sports
these developers
games.
Are getting like shafted. All these workers are getting like underpaid and like overworked.
Blizzard too.
Yeah,
Blizzard is fucking people over right now. Like there's a whole dispute over their salaries right now.
Make Overwatch 2. Just do that. Just do that, and then you could tank. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just make that game, and then you could call it quits.
It's crazy how 2020 has just been that year. Yeah. That year of just fucking like. And can we talk about something? I want to put this on record. 2020 is the year of the rat. Everybody's snitching on each other.
Yep.
There's the coronavirus happening. The rat is a sign of pestilence. 2020 is also like 2020 vision, and we've been seeing a lot of bullshit come out. Mm-hmm. This year has been mad metaphorical, and I don't like it. Can we go back to like normal life, please?
Yeah,
that was some conspiracy level shit.
You know what I'm
saying?
Back to
the apocalypse.
It's just like I'm not saying like any of it is like not coincidence. It's just pure coincidence.
What I will say is like back when the pandemic like first started. Like, I remember, like, that happened, and it was like, oh, shit, like, this sucks, you know? But then, like, all that shit happened with, like, with the locusts invading the plains in, like, Africa, and I was like, this looks a little biblical almost, you know? About to start raining frogs or some shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I mean, everyone keeps saying that, like, oh, this year sucked, and I'm like, the year's not over.
Yeah,
like everyone forgets that.
When you say that, do you mean that there's potential for it to be suckier, or there's potential? Okay,
no, of course, I'm not an optimist. No,
I don't think we could turn it around. I feel like
Dylan
if anything, we can level it out.
I don't know. Maybe he's really betting on a great November or something like that.
It's not gonna be a great November for sure.
Bro, and the year's almost over.
But we got a lot of good, like, we now have a society where, you know, people are more honest, right? But now everyone thinks they know, like, science terms. Like, when the pandemic happened, I walk downstairs and I turn on my TV and my dad's like, I heard the apex. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, my dad tried saying the word barometric pressure in a sentence, and I'm like, are you, like, really? It's 2020. Don't try to pretend that you know what the word barometric pressure means. I don't even know what that means, and I look up hurricane shit.
Hey, dude, you heard about that barometric pressure?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? You don't even know what that means.
What is barometric? Do you know what barometric pressure is, Jose?
Hang on, give me a second. I probably do. I just have to dig through it.
Or just any type of political term. Like when the pandemic was happening, people were talking just about like how viruses spread, and I'm like,
doesn't a barometer measure wind speed?
Something like that.
So it's probably like what's it called,
wind pressure,
air pressure.
Yeah,
like just weather, like air pressure. Like
damn, I need to fill up my bicycle tire. Let me check its barometric pressure.
It's like
the hurricane.
Can't wait to use that one in a sentence.
That is pornography. So
it'd be like that.
I'll make sure to use the other webcam angle.
Barometric pressure. Let's look this up real quick. Atmospheric pressure. Haha. See.
Yeah.
Is the pressure within the atmosphere? Or okay.
Yeah.
Did you explain it, or
he explained it to himself?
Yeah.
But you said atmospheric pressure.
Atmospheric pressure, yeah, like pressure of the air.
Yeah,
but
my dad. He doesn't even, that's the thing. He doesn't even know. That's the point. he doesn't know what it means.
So,
Barry Benson.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Got it.
Benson pressure.
Beast.
Great movie.
I couldn't remember any line, and I've seen that movie like 65 times.
It's crazy how you said Barry Benson, and I know that's a B thing, but the first thing my head went to was fucking regular show, the guy with the gumball head.
Benson.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, that guy.
That
guy. Speaking of cartoons, we had a juicy topic planned for today.
Oh, yeah.
Capri-Sun.
Guys, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Timmy Turner.
Gary.
Waiting for a burn.
Gary's technically not wrong.
He does.
We wanted to talk memorable SpongeBob moments and quotes because we do that often. So
that's a me. If there was a competition, me and Jerry would be going OT right now.
Yeah. Get it fucking started.
Yeah.
So why you know
what was that the episode I was talking about last time? I never actually went back and watched it. The one where they're wearing like the post-it straps with the string.
Oh, the caveman.
The caveman.
Or not the other
Patar
caveman.
and Spongegar.
When they rip it off and he has like another one.
Yeah.
Like a packet of post-it.
Do you remember the episode where Squidward like travels back in time and then like forward in time?
Yeah.
It's like in that room.
Future.
That's the episode, the same episode.
Yeah, it's the same episode.
But they had like other caveman ones, I think, or at
For
least
sure.
one other one.
Yeah, they've had like 3 or 4 cavemen.
Yeah.
But each one's like slightly different.
They made the original one in that episode, like the time traveling episode, and then they made another one later on.
Yeah.
I don't remember that episode too well. Anything after like the movie is like it gets fun.
Well, I mean, it's bad. That's why.
It's because
after the movie.
Steven Hillenburg left after the movie.
Yeah.
The last thing he wanted to work on was the movie, and then he stood on as like a showrunner, but he was mainly just kind of not technically actually not a showrunner, but he just kind of like an executive that would like give like advice and stuff like that.
Rest in peace, our boy.
Yeah,
Rest
man.
in peace, the legend.
Literally shaping our childhoods.
Our humor.
Yeah.
Right.
And there were so many like adult jokes too.
Mm-hmm.
In all of those shows.
Specifically in the first 3 seasons. They made SpongeBob a lot like more childish as just the years went on.
Yeah.
We were watching that. I don't know which one of you was that showed me that video of like the progression.
I think it was
of
me.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the fucking quotes.
But man, yeah, like I said, those first 3 seasons is chock full of just comedy, man. It's great. Finland.
Yeah, it's the best. Probably like top 5 for me.
Finland's pretty iconic.
It's such a niche joke. And it worked so well for the situation. And they really retconned like a whole bowling thing where his head turned into a bowling.
Yeah, right.
It's mad funny.
I just don't. I mean, they would do like so many concepts in that show, and I'd be like, "Wait, is that a thing?" Like I remember when they did Leif Erikson Day, I was like, "Is that is that actually a holiday?"
That was just like a one-off.
Yeah, I was like, "Why? Like, do they have to make the whole episode that?"
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Can we talk about people being surprised that SpongeBob's gay?
Yeah.
There was no surprise, man.
There was no surprises. I remember people like they announced it. It's like, okay, yeah, we knew that, and then people were going nuts. It's kind of like, what the fuck is the problem? You didn't know?
You know what's actually kind of crazy? I remember like we would go to family parties, and the adults, like my mom would be in the kitchen with my aunts or whatever, and they would be talking about like SpongeBob. And as soon as I would walk in, it would get real quiet, obviously, because I was a young kid, and they'd just be like, "Oh no, we're just talking about the show." And now looking back on it, it's obviously that my parents were like, "He's gay," like you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like there's a lot of fucking moments in that show. You watch it back, there's nothing wrong with it, but like it went right over our heads, you know? It was just.
Or it was just like, oh, he's flamboyant, whatever.
And if anything, that probably was the comedy that got the adults that watched it with their kids. You know what I mean? Like,
and isn't it 80s references too?
Isn't it kind of weird that we're like the first generation to really normalize like the whole LGBT stuff? LGBT, like accept it rather, not normalize.
Like, no, you're like, yeah, I know what he's saying.
I feel like anything before like what the year 2000 was like, oh, you can't say that shit in public.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It just became more not only normalizing it, but then also like people like us are getting into positions of power. Yeah. And then now it's like, oh, they're there, so now. Like, I think the world's going to get way cooler.
It is.
Because a bunch of the people that are retiring from the virus and stuff are going to be replaced with people like us getting the jobs. Right. And then so we're just going to be running into people that are just like us. And then we'll just, like, reference SpongeBob. And they'll be like, okay. And then we're just
you got the job.
Or we're going to, like, get off tickets from cops or whatever. It's like...
There's going to be a point in time when, like you said, like people like us will replace almost everything. Yeah. And we're just going to be vibing like, this is great. Like, it's going to be a period of like 10 years where everything's going great.
I hope.
Probably.
And it has to happen.
And then that damn TikTok generation is going to ruin it all.
Just, I mean, at that point, hopefully we're old enough that we're just like...
You're telling me I got to get a job? I can't just dance in front of my camera?
But that's the thing. Everyone who has a job now, they're like all our age and they all also TikTok. Like, it's so strange. Like, I was watching like this basketball player and it's like, oh, he has 2 million followers on TikTok. I'm like, is that what he was doing in quarantine? Just TikToking?
Bro, you get bored, you know? Vlogging. You got to figure something out. Well, look at what we're doing.
Joey has TikToks.
Does he?
He does, I think.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Him and Tati have like 5 TikToks.
Bro, let's discuss this. I don't want to roast my boy. Let's discuss this shit.
This is TikTok. Can we pull that out?
They're mad old, though, yeah.
Dude.
Mad funny.
Oh, man.
I like TikTok, though. TikTok is very funny.
I don't mind coming across the occasional TikTok.
Yeah. I think they're very funny.
The TikTok has to be like my boy Teriyaki Pop.
Yeah, I was literally about to bring him up.
Funny.
When it's an original idea, it's fucking funny. But like, there's so many people who just copy shit,
or they just use like the editing stuff to do like something weird. And
like they
funny.
do like a specific format, like the duets and shit. It's like
none
of it really works.
It's unoriginal. It's a little bit cringy, not gonna lie. But you know, do you?
But what's it called? There's like the duets. There's the like the whole like the acting thing.
The acting where
when
they have an actor who speaks lines and you
There's
do
definitely
it.
like an evolving meta on TikTok. For sure.
Yo, the one of the kid improvise and he just does the fucking saxophone solo.
He does the what is it called? That little thing is the Mario Kart lick. That's what it is. The Mario Kart lick. Yeah, you look it up. It's that. There's mad people on the saxophone doing the Mario Kart lick. It's a whole meme.
Yeah, it's the same with same with the Pornhub drum. I don't know if you. I mean,
I was showing you that. Yeah. There's like a bunch of videos of fucking people who play the Pornhub intro at the school gym. It's great.
That's also a TikTok trend as well. It's like you go up to people and you play it in public, like. You know,
there's even videos of them doing it in churches and stuff like that. Like they have a church drummer who does it, and there's just like a small group of people who start laughing like really loud.
And they're all under 18. They're all like 12. Like, yeah, bro.
Sinners.
Or like 6.
Sinners.
How dare they?
Yeah, this podcast is a no jerk off zone.
None of us have penises.
Don't look under the table.
Bro.
I don't want to get too political, but I was thinking about this earlier. Nah, let's talk about it.
I want to talk about this thing.
I might be too political for this fucking camera.
Can we talk about Jose's new glasses, man? We didn't see those on
You're looking fire, bro. I'm gonna have to change your head. Give you some fucking glasses, bro.
You need some glasses.
Take the headphones out.
I bought this bracelet. It came in. It's way too big. You see, it looks like huge.
Looks like a shower curtain.
Yeah,
thing.
like it looks mad big, and I was just kind of like, because I told you right, like I fell on my scooter, it like cracked in half, and it like cut my wrist.
Oh,
and
shit.
What's it called? Like I might as well get another one, and I ordered this one. It was like $10. And it's mad big. Like you said, it looks like a fucking shower curtain ring. And I was just like, whatever, I don't have another bracelet.
Shout out to that leather bracelet I bought you in Cuba and I never found that you never got. But whatever.
Oh,
you know how it be.
You really did do that. And the Portal shirt, like years ago.
Portal shirt?
Yeah, remember you bought me an Aperture Science shirt. And it never came in the mail.
Did it? Yeah, I remember that.
That was like during like the beginning of our friendship.
That was like a Halo 3 Let's Play.
Yeah, that was like 7 years.
Yeah, right. Throwback.
7 years. Crazy shit.
We've known each other for mad long. I've known Dylan for this will be 10 years actually. Literally next month will be
October
10 years.
10 years will be.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Going on a date?
Yeah. Got some special plans.
We're gonna watch the SpongeBob make out.
We gotta do like a once everybody, all of us. I think I was the last one, right?
What?
To join the group.
Yeah.
Once it becomes 10 years for all of us, we should like not roll up and not do drugs.
Yeah.
We
don't do drugs here.
Not gonna do that. No.
We drink water.
That's what's gonna happen.
And we breathe together synchronously. Just like, are you ready, guys? 1, 2, 3.
We did it too early, guys. It's not 10 years.
All right, redo. No, that's not funny.
We just like shifted something in life cycle because we did it too early.
It's like we're trying to get our vibrations together, like in order.
Man, what if we did that and some weird shit happened? Like we all just unlocked some third eye chakra type thing. We all just looked at each other.
I was thinking like the house was haunted and like we were gonna like get a ghost down here.
What would you do if we do some shit like that and like we all like develop third eyes, but only the 4 of us can see that we have third eyes, and it's like that shit is still on your forehead, bro. Really, like we fucked up, bro. Like I don't know, I can't.
But
see
no one
with
will
that.
know. It'd be fine.
But nobody else would know.
Yeah, lit.
Just be your third eye.
You see someone else with the third eye, and they look at you, and they're like, "Oh, you're one of us."
That's fire. That's fire.
Bro, why can't? Nah, I'm not gonna say this. Why can't
Why can't you think of any more SpongeBob?
Why can't you talk into the microphone?
Yeah, right.
Yours is better.
SpongeBob. What's another good quote? Fucking.
I just wanted to bring it up because
There's some underrated ones for sure.
I was watching what I consider to be top 5 SpongeBob episodes. I was watching Band Geeks earlier.
We should definitely do that.
Is definitely good.
We did top 3 comedians last week. I'll do top 5 SpongeBob episodes right fucking now.
I got a question then. How do you feel about like Rock Bottom then? That episode.
That's a legendary episode.
It's very good.
Like what range do you put that in?
That's borderline artistic.
That has good because the beginning's Glove World, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a really good episode.
That's already a great
It
setup.
also establishes Glove.
Fuck, Rock Bottom might be top 5.
Am I the only one that wanted to try the glove flavored candy?
Hell yeah.
It looked mad good.
I wanted to try it.
Every SpongeBob food looks so good.
In the Battle for
Pretty
Bikini
patties.
Bottom game, they have the Rock Bottom level, and if you walk by the vending machine, like where SpongeBob buys the candy in the episode, the bus drives by real quick and then leaves as you're there.
Bro, I want to fucking I want to go to like Burger King and be like, yo, can I get a Krabby Patty with a kelp shake? And just they can be like, oh, okay, yeah. We haven't had anybody order that in years.
It's like seaweed in your burger.
Nah, you should get a Diet Dr. Kelp.
Yeah.
Yeah, better for the figure.
I feel like any of like the first season episodes, they're good, but like I don't know if any of them can like.
I don't think I can't.
Like-
I can't. Name
Krusty
a
Krab
bad
pizza.
episode.
Yeah. Huh?
Krusty Krab pizza might be.
Yeah, it's good, but I don't think it's top 5.
You don't think so?
No.
Just because of its iconic status. Can we agree Band Geeks is up there?
Band
It
Geeks,
is.
yeah, it has. It's definitely
Has to be top
5. It has to. Be.
Yeah,
There's
that
no
like
way.
triggers your like adrenaline when you're
Hell
yeah.
yeah. That was like your first hype song, you know what I mean? Like you heard that and you were like,
God, and you could be doing nothing, and you have that. You have the TV playing. That episode plays, and they start singing "Sweet Victory." You're just like low key, like.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really think back into it, like about how they were just like, I can't imagine what that writing meeting must have been like, where they were like, and we just end the episode where SpongeBob sings this fire ass rock song.
Yeah.
Like that was amazing.
I mean, they
back
had the like
on it.
schematic because it was a whole band, right? Like you had Mrs. Puff, you had Patrick.
Yeah.
They all had their own part,
and also
they
just
definitely modeled it off of something.
and the
probably.
fact that it's like
Yeah,
they're
that's
at like a like in a dome, but surrounded by actual humans at like a Super Bowl.
Honestly,
that threw me off.
They probably had to watch like old like Who Super Bowl performances and stuff to get like that type of like the angles and stuff down.
The fucking hexagon drums that
I
Patrick's
think they could have fumbled the whole thing if they had like different outfits. I think the outfit choice was good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Marching band kept it. Yeah.
So would it be wrong to say that the top 3 would be like Band Geeks, what's the one we were talking about before? Rock Bottom, and then the one with the training video.
I think the training video is definitely top 3 with the Band Geeks, but I don't think Rock Bottom.
I mean, it should be at least like top 5 maybe.
Rock Bottom.
Krusty Krab training video is my favorite episode.
I definitely feel like we're missing some good episodes.
Yeah.
You want to pull up a list?
Pull it up.
Yeah.
Pull up a list. I also know a YouTuber that did every single episode from the first 4 seasons.
Do you want to like look up?
And he ranks every single one.
Look up like someone's tier list.
Yeah.
Top 10 SpongeBob episodes from first 3 seasons.
Yeah, or first 3, first 4. That's when Hildenberg left.
I would hope that you wouldn't need to type those last few words, but to be safe,
let's just look up this. I doubt any of like the newer episodes. Oh man,
That's chocolate's good.
Chocolate episode for sure. Sailor Mouth.
Yeah.
Is Artist Unknown Doodle Bob?
I always tried to find out what the curse words were. Did you?
Oh no, it's the art class where he draws the circle.
Oh yeah,
I love that episode.
Bold and Brat, yeah.
Bold and Brat, yeah.
Iconic.
They were actually selling a Bold and Brash sweater.
I remember, yeah.
I wanted it.
That was so sick. Rock Bottom. What's ARG? Is that the Dutchman? Yeah. That's where they'd have the board game.
Oh my god, iconic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
Look at the map. Look at the
Dying
map.
for Pie.
Oh
yeah.
I don't want to use
the real cribs.
So I don't know if Dying for Pie is a top 5 episode, but I feel like in our friendship it is a top 5 episode because we referenced that episode a lot.
And Imitation Crabs is really good
They're
too.
bombs.
Imitation ravioli, give me the formioli.
Yeah, that's
really definitely
good.
top 5.
Yeah,
or top 10 at least. You know, it's on this list.
To think we're only at 7.
Yeah,
they're bombs.
They're bombs.
Can we talk about how dark that episode was for a second? Like
he was literally doing a bucket list. He was gonna die
because he knew SpongeBob was gonna explode.
It's just Squidward cared so little about SpongeBob. Someone told him the pie was a bomb, and he was just kind of like, I just wanted to buy pie. And then the guy was like, oh yeah, here, you can buy the pie anyway. He was like, lit, and he gave it to SpongeBob.
Yeah,
and he killed him. I almost killed him.
What is this? Such a weird concept. Like, I'll buy SpongeBob a pie. Oh, the pies are bombs, but it looks like a pie.
Yeah, I mean, pirates, it's nautical. It makes sense.
Is it because they're pirates?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, don't try to fucking...
It's definitely pirates.
Don't try to come in here and act like that's why
that's amazing. It's definitely pirates. We gotta call the ghost of Steven Hillenberg on. We have to have him.
I bet you talked to like the team that made that episode, and they were just kind of like, yeah, someone made the joke, pirates, pie, we put pies. And then it's just like,
Do you think they're mad like Santa, like, fuck that joke sucks?
Yeah, like there's one guy that's like, I don't think it was funny.
That's a good compilation episode right there. Chumbucket.
Yeah, because you get Frankendoodle.
Yeah.
But this grill is not a home. And they got the
graveyard shit.
Is that Hash Slinging Slasher?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's Krusty Love?
Is the one with Pearl?
I think that's the one with Pearl. It might not be.
Oh no, it's Mrs. Puff and Mr. Krabs. Yeah, when they
Do you remember the one with he had to take what's her name, Pearl on a date? Prom. Yeah, but not to the prom.
Yeah, and he shows up, do the spine. Nasty Pat, the idiot box.
They really almost killed that health inspector in that episode. That's another one. Like they gave him a crack patty with everything under the earth. That was disgusting. He ate it. He choked. Almost died. They tried to hide the body. Police came and tried to help them hide the body.
Yeah.
And then he woke up. And then he was like, "Nah, you guys pass him." He didn't even eat a proper burger.
I'm gonna name this episode how many times this Jose talk nodded to the mic. Not as not as an offense because you've spoken everywhere except the mic.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
At least you're loud enough where it's like it'll pick you up anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that fucking program that like levels it all out, so it doesn't even matter. But it's just mad funny.
I'm just like I'm still a little saucy, so I'm like
idiot box.
Fucking this one reminded me of the secret box. The one that Patrick has, where SpongeBob really wants to know what the secret is.
Oh, that's a good episode. That has to be here, right?
Krusty Krab training video, wet painters. Yep.
Has to be top 3 for sure.
My dollar.
I can't.
Wait, there's some good in wet paint. There's some good in wet paint.
Which ones are gonna be top 2?
I think I already know.
Yeah, it's
Pinhead.
Oh, that's a great episode.
It's Pinhead.
Pinhead, Larry, and
It's definitely.
I was about to
What was the
say
one that we said that wasn't on though? We said Krusty Krab training video, and we said another one. Not Rock Bottom.
The Band Geeks.
Band Geeks.
Band Geeks is definitely number 1.
Yeah.
What do you think is number 2?
It has to be one
that
of those
one's
two,
up
right?
there.
Pinhead.
Krusty Krab Pizza might be up there just
Krusty
because
Krab
of the
Pizza.
iconicness of it, you know.
I feel like I feel like it's gonna throw us all out.
Man Ray is up there for me.
They might put an episode,
like,
one episode, you know.
But just to clarify, that's how fucking iconic this show is. That we're here naming all of these episodes that could rightfully be 2 and 1.
We know what's in the episodes just by the name. You can't do that with any other show.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's hard.
I can't even I've been watching Naruto since like 2002. I can't do that.
And to a further extent, the fact that 4 of us are able to do it together and understand, kind of like insane.
Wow.
All right, but number 2 we got
The Power Within.
Chocolate with Nuts, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle.
Okay,
Which Mermaid Man and Barnacle? It is. Wait,
that's the one where I think it's the one where
the superheroes.
You want to see me run back?
Yeah. That's
That one's
great.
good. That's
Yeah, that's a great episode.
Yeah.
Krakatoa.
You want to see me do it
Absolutely
again?
great. So number 1 has to be.
But is that what I said? Boom.
Yeah.
Secret Box.
And Secret Box is a great episode too.
Oh, it was
Nice.
the same episode?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with a lot of these.
Definitely
Man.
number 1.
For sure.
I want to buy like the DVDs.
Yeah, man. I have them all downloaded actually.
I have
think I'm
one
on
season.
like 5.
The thing was annoying. The only thing that was annoying back then was when you used to get the DVD sets. Even if you had one season, they still came in like 3 separate DVDs for one season.
Yeah.
So I have
Volume 1, Volume 2.
I technically
Volume 3.
have season 2, but I only have like a disc. You know what I mean?
Remember when people sold DVDs?
Yeah.
Bro, isn't it crazy that we were alive for cassettes, like VHS, then everything moved to discs, and then discs just disappeared.
You were alive for cassettes? Like, when they made them? They made them in like the 90s, like early 90s.
I mean,
they still kept making cassettes up
kinda.
until 2000.
at least the cars all had the
I
players.
remember
My dad had a lot of cassettes.
Yeah,
My dad did too.
My pops used to keep buying cassettes.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Wild.
Damn, bro. Wild.
Cassettes were kind of cool, man. I don't know.
Cassettes were vibe. Freaking Ramirez, he released a cassette of his music, and it was a clear red cassette.
That's
that
sick.
said Ramirez. Bro,
That's
it's fire.
cool.
I'm gonna see if I
Yeah.
can pull it up. Actually, do you think you can pull it up? Look up Ramirez rapper cassette. I think it was Son of Serpentine, that album. I just want to see if
I just found out recently he does all his album covers.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
Kind of cool, actually.
He just did his newest one.
Oh, they didn't show it. Well, it was a red cassette.
Cool.
It was like a clear red cassette.
Sick.
Can I Google clear red cassette?
Yeah, bro.
I'm sure that'll come up at least.
There you
Just
go.
like that.
That's kind of fire.
I found it.
It was that easy.
Bro, I just want that to have that, you know? Doesn't even have, it looks cool.
It does.
Does anyone have I know this is random, but we were talking about getting sauced before. Does anyone have really good drunk stories?
I have bad
for
drunk
sure.
stories.
Because yeah, of course. I mean, they're never, I don't think they're ever that
They're
good.
funny to tell afterward,
Yeah.
you know?
I have a fucking the day that we watched the Mayweather.
Oh, yeah, that's
That was like
iconic,
the-
yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
That's
bro,
one of my
iconic.
favorite
We've talked about
stories.
it on Joystick stuff before,
I don't
haven't
think we have.
I feel like we have.
I don't think we have.
Maybe on like a Let's Play or something.
And even
like that.
so what, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I remember I was just so excited to like get drunk that day.
so can I set it up real quick? And
Yeah.
so here, check this out. Mayweather Pacquiao fight, right? Like the fight of the century.
Huge.
My dad is a stupid boxing fanatic. If you could see the other half of this basement, boxing memorabilia, that whole wall is just Muhammad
It's kind
Ali,
of funny now
right?
that it's showing.
But yeah, so more or less, whenever a big fight happens, my house is like packed. So when that fight happened, there were no joke, maybe 60 people in this house. It was packed.
I remember.
It was also, weirdly enough, one of those rare times where all 5 of us are together. Like Joey was even there. We were all just chilling watching the fight. And my cousin brought a bottle of Bacardi, which...
Bacardi Pineapple.
Bacardi Pineapple.
It was good. It tasted really good when you mixed it.
So when you
Tasted
mix
real
it...
good. When you mix it, it tastes delicious.
So I'll leave it here for Jose. Dylan and Jose agreed they were going to get up, go make themselves a drink. And what did you do, Jose?
I don't mix my alcohol.
yeah.
Just
I was
because
mixing with Mountain Dew.
I don't mix it
that whole
because it like doesn't make me feel good, and also it makes me like gag if I like I'm just sipping on alcohol. So I just take shots and that's fine for me. But I didn't take shots. I took cups of this Bacardi shit.
Yeah.
I remember we had the little. It wasn't the solo cups, but it was the clear ones, the little clear tiny ones like that. I filled them like half of the way through.
So it's a straight.
Multiple shots.
It was like 3 cups. I think I might be wrong. It was like 3 cups halfway full of just this Bacardi stuff. Mind you, I wasn't a heavy drinker at all at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now my tolerance is a little up, but back then, anyway, I remember like intermittently, like through the fight, like I took one and then I took another one. I took my last one. When I took that last one, I felt myself like I was like nose diving into something bad. Like, I don't even, like, honestly, no bullshit. I remember sitting on the couch when the TV was facing the other way. Like, when the, you know, with the TV was facing the other way. I remember sitting on the couch watching the other fights, the other fights, the fights before the main card. And I was getting progressively drunk. I remember talking to your cousin, Bobby. It might have been this guy, the mechanic one. His name is Chris? Matt. Duh. My bad, Matt. I didn't mean to fuck with you. I remember I was sitting next to him and we were just chatting it up. And we were talking. We were like engaging in a conversation. And that's when I lost it.
Yeah.
Like, I was just getting way too drunk. And I remember getting so drunk to the point that I didn't even remember anything. The only thing I remember was getting up, going to the bathroom.
By the way, at this point, I remember it was mid-fight. It was like the middle of the fight, and it was like mad intense. And I see Jose get up really quickly and walk to the bathroom. Progressively, you saw his face progressively.
If you look here,
he pulled it up.
if you point your attention to,
and you even see the Mountain Dew in my cup that I'm mixing.
Look at that shit.
Hold on. The best part is look at everybody else for this picture, right? Joey's like, yo, Jerry's chilling, Dylan's cool, whatever. And then Jose, boys just cheesing it up, bro.
I remember them putting in that picture, and I was like, I'm with Dylan. Let's take this fucking picture.
Oh, and I think I remember because I was sitting next to Jose, and every time Jose went to go get a drink, he got like more like tilted, like he would lean on me.
I remember,
he's leaning on me there.
I vaguely remember asking one of you guys to keep touching Bobby, and I kept I kept making a face to Bobby. I don't know what the
I think it was just like in your head, like you wanted me to know that you were sauce or something. Because I looked at you, you were like,
and I was just like, I just kept going like, I think it was something like I kept doing that. Like I was just like, I did it like 4 or 5 times. Bro, I vaguely remember that.
So I'm gonna take over here real quick. So yes, as I said, Dylan remembers Jose getting up to go somewhere. As I said in the beginning of the story, fight of the century, 60 people in my house.
Yeah.
Fight ends. People, crazy however the fight went. They're like, oh my God, it was insane. Saying bye, getting their coats, right? I look around and I'm like, where the fuck is Jose? I haven't seen this guy. No, whatever. No joke. There were maybe like 7 people left in my house.
Everyone left.
All 60. And it took like an hour, maybe at the max. But it took a long fucking time. Yeah.
One by one.
People stood for coffee, it was a whole thing. I asked my mom, I was like, did you see Jose like go upstairs? She's like, no, I haven't seen him. And my dad was the one who was like, I think he's in the bathroom. So I knock on the door and I'm like, yo, Jose, you're good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. Leave him in there. Maybe like another 20 minutes pass. And I'm like, Jose, you sure you good? And he's like, yeah. So I go and I get a paper plate and a Sharpie. And on the paper plate, I write, are you okay?
And then a check box.
And then a check box for yes and a check box for no. And I slip it under the door with a pencil. And I hear like a slight chuckle. And I hear the door unlock. And I open it. And Jose's like stuck between the toilet and my medicine cabinet. And he's looking up at me like... no vomit in the toilet or anything. My man was just like asleep on the floor of the bathroom.
I remember when I got to the bathroom, I had an initial throw up that I was just like, ugh. And I remember I was just like, I feel so much better. And I literally just laid down and I went to sleep.
And the bathroom isn't big at all, bro. Like it's literally like the size of you. Like you were just like stuck in the bathroom.
I still have that plate somewhere in my room, bro.
My dad was low-key the homeboy that night. My dad set you up in the basement. He's like, you're good, bro.
I remember waking up the morning of, and I apologized to Pat. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get I didn't know I was gonna get that drunk.
Shit was so fucking funny though. Just seeing you with your cheeky ass little smile, like like that, practically looking up at me on the bathroom floor.
I remember that morning, like I got up. I remember I left. I went to the deli and I got a Gatorade because I needed it.
Hell yeah.
And I remember going back to my house. It was on a Sunday. I remember going back to my house and my parents were getting ready to go to church. And they were like, oh, how was it? I was still sauced. My head hurt, my everything. I was like, yeah, it was fine. Everything was great. The fight was great. I remember laying in my bed and my dad went to go ask me another question. And I was like half asleep at that point. And I was just like, whatever. I went back to sleep and I was like, how did they not know something was going on? Like, they just left and they were like, oh, it's fine. I was clearly like off my rockers still.
Oh, that's the worst when you're like hungover in the morning, but you also might still be drunk. Yeah. So you're just sitting there and you're like, damn, really?
So I went to a wedding in the Dominican Republic. And I made a mistake. I mixed every alcohol on the planet.
That's my big.
Now I'll admit,
that's my big problem.
I was a beginner drinker. I didn't have many experiences. I didn't have many errors to learn by.
Yeah.
So when people just handed me shit, I was like, woo, right? Also, I think I was like 19 or 20 at the time, and the legal drinking age in DR is like 18, so like I could legally drink out there. Yeah. So that too was just like, fuck it, you know? I, no joke, started with like 2 beers, and then it eventually became like Mama Wanna, a rum and coke, all this extra shit. And I was fine with all those drinks until we got to the club at night, and I did a tequila shot. And after that tequila shot, I got ghetto. And I like, you know, I was talking to my mom. I was like, you can't get me the fuck out this club. You can't get me the fuck out this club. And my aunt thought that shit was hilarious. So she was just egging it on. She was like, what do you say to your mom? What do you say to your mom? I was like, you ain't getting me the fuck out this club. I'm having a good time. And my mom is not happy. She's just like, we're going to get you the fuck out of this club. Yeah. So my mom calls my cousin, Jose, who's this brolic ass Air Force fucking guy. He comes in and is like, Bob, it's time to go. I was like, it's time to go. I could go for a sleep right now. So if I'm being for real, I don't remember the walk back to the hotel. Yeah. I just remember waking up in the morning and feeling like shit. But the whole night, the only thing I could piece together was my mom saying, you better make it up to your dad tomorrow. You better get up tomorrow. And it's because I forgot that my dad actually had left the club early to get sleep because we had reservations to go scuba diving at like 7 in the morning.
Jeez.
Highly recommend you don't drink like every fucking alcohol they serve at a wedding and then go scuba diving the next morning.
I actually have a similar thing where I shouldn't even say this, but I went to work hungover. I don't know if I was still drunk, but I went to work. I used to work at a jewelry store. And I went drinking till like 3 a.m. in the morning, and then I forgot that I had a 12-hour shift the next day from 7 to 7. Woo! And I had to wake up at like 5:45 in the morning after going to bed at 3. I'm still drunk. God. I'm on the bus, and I'm just like, what am I doing?
That sucks.
But yeah, that's when you have a plan the next day. It's like, why are plans a thing? Who makes plans?
But to finish, I got up, put on my clothes on, toughed it out, met up with my dad, and we went to the place. You have to get certified before you go.
Yeah.
But I had used the bathroom like 18 times. So I go there and I'm really trying to hold my own. I'm holding it together. I'm like pretending like everything's fine and I'm signing my life away or whatever. And then I asked the guy, I'm like, I really have to use the bathroom. Do you have a bathroom here? And he's like, yeah, right outside. So I like go outside of the scuba place, and right next to it are like these little outdoor bathroom huts. And I go in like the men's one and I take a seat. I'm doing my business. I was in there for like 20 minutes just trying to cool off and breathe, right? And at one point, I start having that inner talk with myself where I'm just like, fucking hold on. You're going to make it. Everything's okay. You're going to live. But I'm like mad tired. So I go to rest my head on the toilet paper holder, like on the roll of toilet paper. And the shit breaks off. And it goes bing, bah! And I like fucking hit the wall. And I'm like, shit. And I like get up and I look in the mirror and I have this huge cut on my forehead. And I'm like, fucking ow. Just have like the worst morning. Yeah. We get up. before we can actually go out, we have to do like a quick test in the pool, like learning how to fucking like, you know, float up and turn that shit on or whatever. I get there, my entire family's at the pool watching us do this shit, and I look miserable. And everybody's calling me Bombi. And I'm like, why is everybody calling me Bombi? They're like, hey, it's Bombi. What the fuck is that? And it was apparently because somebody took a video of me walking home from the club the night before.
Which you don't remember.
Which I don't remember. And the whole walk there, I was just like, yo.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you showing us that.
It was my mom who took that video. And she shows it to everybody.
So it's zombie.
Yeah, like Bobby the Zombie.
I was like,
my mom took that video and shows it to fucking everybody, and I hate that video.
I haven't seen the video.
So stupid. Long story short,
tropical, like a shirt.
Amazing.
Long story short, toughed it out. Went scuba diving for 2 minutes before I looked at the diver, and I was like, up, went up. Threw up, fed some fish, and I asked the Dominican guy on the boat if I could just like float in the water while everybody was scuba diving. So it was like, yeah. So if you could take like a picture of that moment, it would just be like this guy chilling on the boat waiting for the tourists to come up, and then just me bobbing in the water, just like trying to cool off and not die.
Bro, my thing is that like I try to, and I feel like you guys, I'm really good at keeping it together, even though like I'm trash, except for that one night. That one, like the Pacquiao fight. That was like the one night that I was like sloppy. But I usually try to keep it together. But I'll have like those inner monologues with myself when everybody's like looking away. And I'm just kind of like, bro, keep it together. Bro. Yeah. It's like, yo.
It's like that Nick Swartzen joke where he talks about eating like a pot brownie at a party or whatever, and then he's like, but if you eat too much, you'll be like the highest you ever been in your life, and you start talking to yourself like everything's okay. Just smile and everything will be fine. And then he's like he does like the craziest smile.
I remember.
Yeah, we gotta watch that after this.
Bro, just smile. And he's like,
it's the hugest smile. It's like so awkward.
Nick Swartzen, bro. He's probably like he's part of Happy Madison.
He is. I was just watching that movie Just Go With It with
that's the best
Adam Sandler
one.
and Jennifer Aniston, where he plays the fucking he plays like a German doctor.
Yeah, he's like German
like
or
a
Swiss.
sheep doctor. Yeah. He's like he says he's German, but he has like the worst European accent in the world, and he's like, "Oh, look at me!
I've never seen
it. It sounds like Dutch. He's like a Dutch man, and he's a veterinarian.
You ever seen that movie?
He's like a farm doctor.
It's the one where Adam Sandler like meets this hot young woman, and like he like really likes her and falls for her, but she finds a wedding ring in his pocket that he uses to like hook up with women, and she thinks he's married, and he puts on this whole fucking lie that he was divorced or whatever. But one thing after another, it just falls through, and he ends up having to have like a fake wife with fake kids, and it has like Jennifer Aniston in it. But there's a part in the movie where they go to Hawaii, and they think it's just like them, like the kids and the new girl. But then all of a sudden, fucking Nick Swartzen comes in, and he's pretending to be like he doesn't play that character, but he's pretending to be like a German doctor. Yeah. So for the whole vacation, he's just like, "Oh yes, you don't remember me?" I'm like, it's fucking hilarious. And there's a part in the movie where they're teaching this kid how to swim, and he's like, they're giving him dolphin cookies. And he's like, if you make it to the end, you'll get a dolphin cookie. And then fucking Nick Swartzen is like, yeah, our grandpa, when he taught us to swim, he would give us these things called Heinekens. And then the kid was like, I want a Heineken. And then Nick Swartzen's like, no, you don't. It hurts less when they get thrown at your head. And then he's like, he was a sick man.
Oh my God.
Nick Swartzen is just like, he has such like a niche sense of humor. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he nails it almost every
100%.
time.
The only thing he doesn't nail is his fashion.
Yeah,
he dresses
like a 15-year-old
suburban kid. But like a fat 15-year-old suburban kid. Like he wears the shorts that go down like mid.
Damn, dissing our boy Nick like that.
I mean, he's hysterical, you know. But
funny. You know. He was on Norm Macdonald's podcast. Yeah. When it wasn't banned, like when it was on.
Oh, it's coming back.
Is it on YouTube?
Wait, why did it get banned?
They don't know where it's coming back, but they're planning to come back.
Why did it get banned?
Way too edgy.
Oh, yeah. The jokes they read, like just a compilation. There's this YouTube channel called I'm Not Norm, and they just upload like all the compilations. Yeah. And like you see some of the jokes, and they make the guest read the joke that they wrote. So it's like the most fucked up joke.
Now I have to do that.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's
crazy.
Funny. No, it's just because Norm Macdonald is so good at like...
He's one of my favorite kids.
Like
we talked about comedians last episode. I should have brought him up.
I think almost like a shock humor type of thing, right? And not in like a bad way. It's just... He's really good at leading you on this trail and then fucking turning it on his head at the last second. And you're like, what the fuck?
Have you guys ever seen the 12-minute joke?
No.
He has a 12-minute stand-up joke, and it's all one joke, but it all connects. And it's like the best joke ever.
That sounds like him. That honestly does.
He's really good at like leaving you to burn. Like he's really good at like saying some like really like some shit, and he waits for you to give like a response towards it.
Yeah, like he looks at you too.
And then he's just kind of like, yeah, but like still.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of like
you're the bad guy, even though you started it. Yeah.
Bro, fucking Norm. I'm trying to think of one last SpongeBob quote. There's one. I know there's one.
There's one where like SpongeBob is clean, and then he's like, "Don't touch me, I'm sterile." Or does Patrick say that? I don't even remember. Patrick says that.
That's the Suds episode.
Yeah.
The inner machinations
of my mind are an enigma.
Bro.
We don't even know what those words meant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the box episode.
Is that the thing where the milk falls over?
Yeah. Episode. It's crazy because that was
the number one. Yeah.
What do you guys have a favorite SpongeBob cutaway? Like a thing like that where it's like they show a thing.
When Patrick puts the two glasses up to his eye and it shows two normal people eyes, and he goes, You remember that? I don't know.
I don't remember that.
Bro,
sounds bugged out.
Do you remember the Hooky episode?
The Hooky.
Yeah,
Hooky's a good episode.
For
and he
sure.
puts the thing on.
How many times do we have to tell you, old man?
Speaking of young people. Yo, speaking of old cartoons that were funny, the other night I rewatched Emperor's New Groove, and I couldn't stop laughing for the first 20 minutes
Shout
of
out
that
to
movie.
another Happy Madison fucking member, David Spade.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know what I was thinking to myself in that movie? I feel like if The Emperor's New Groove was made today, they would have cast Ryan Reynolds for that role as Cusco. Think about it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of that movie, I was hearing his monologue, and I
100%.
was like, I could hear Ryan Reynolds saying these words like
For sure.
already.
Does he have connections with like Disney or no? I don't think so, but I mean,
Not
they're all.
technically.
But whatever. Who cares?
There's that whole Deadpool shit, but
Yeah.
they're not really like friends right now.
Whatever.
Do you think they'll eventually do like a Deadpool Wolverine thing?
I don't know about Wolverine. I have a strong theory that Deadpool is going to be put into the MCU, not soon, but like in the next phase or two phases. The X-Men too, but I don't know if they'll jump straight into like a Wolverine. I feel like they're going to give more time. Also, he's a super profitable fucking hero. He could have his own fucking thing. He doesn't necessarily need to be part of the...
What's it called? I remember Hugh Jackman saying he was like because he said Logan was gonna be his last movie as Wolverine. He said the only way he would come back to do Wolverine is if it was a Deadpool movie. I think I
remember him
because they have good chemistry. They're like actual friends in real life, and that shit would be hilarious. Not only because like Deadpool in itself, and like Deadpool and Wolverine's relationship is already really funny. But then, like, it's almost... It mirrors in Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's relationship and how they, like, riff off each other all the time. But Hugh Jackman is such a good actor that he could stay in that, like, Wolverine mindset while fucking Ryan Reynolds is doing all this dumbass shit. You know what I mean? And it would be fucking great to watch. We got a little taste of that with him and Cable in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Because Cable's, like, super serious and stoic. Yeah. And in the comics, they're a team. It's Deadpool and Cable.
Shout outs to Thanos. Again.
Super shout outs to Thanos.
What's it called? He was in you know what's funny is that he was in the Deadpool movie. He was also in Sicarios with this guy Benicio del Toro, who was the broker in the Avengers. He has like several connections to like other people who are in the MCU or in superhero movies.
He's like the Kevin Bacon of the MCU.
Weird.
I have a Bacon number. It's 1. I rode an elevator with.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a movie, so
doesn't matter. It's my Bacon number. It's 1. I spoke to him. He's a cool guy. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone famous.
I went to a film school, but the actual school that it was inside of a building that's called the Film Building of New York, and the building had like a bunch of little studios. Specifically, what I was told that is they have a radio studio where a lot of celebrities go to record like advertisements and stuff like that you hear in the car and shit like that. So I actually rode the elevator with Jimmy Fallon like twice or 3 times. But the first time I rode it with him was really funny because it was like it was really early. It was like my first class of the day. I was like half asleep. So I just got in the elevator and didn't even look at anybody in the elevator. I'm just there. And then I hear like a guy going, "How you doing?" Like, and I hear the voice, and I'm like, what the fuck? And there's a little monitor.
That's how you always notice it. You never notice a famous person in real life by their face because they look slightly different.
Yeah.
You notice them by their voice every time. I remember we went to AGDQ, and we noticed every streamer almost by their voice.
The voice,
Like, I would point someone out, and I'd be like, oh, that's this person. But he's like, that's not them. We'd see him later on.
Yeah,
He's
sure
like,
enough.
He's like, yeah, that was them.
But yeah, I took the elevator with Jimmy Fallon, and like halfway up the ride, I hear him talking to people, and I'm like, I didn't even look up still. I was just like, that sounds mad familiar. And then eventually I look up, and I'm like, huh. And he gets off, and he walks off, and the elevator closes, and it's me and two other people. And one of the other guys wasn't paying attention. He looks up, he's like, was that Jimmy Fallon? And the other guy was like, yeah. And I was like, I missed that. Fuck. But the second time, I actually took an elevator with him again, like 2 months after that. And I said hi that time. I was like, how are you doing? And he remembers your name too. He was like, Bobby, cool, whatever. Cool guy.
Legend,
yeah.
man.
But him, I took an elevator with. I took a very quiet elevator ride with Alec Baldwin. That was funny as fuck because he was just like
Isn't
there.
he like a huge dickhead?
I don't know. I didn't talk to
And
him.
didn't he like tell his wife, not his wife,
His daughter, yeah.
You're like an ungrateful bitch.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over
There's
a voicemail or
There's a
something
lot
like
of
that.
beef, between...
And
Baldwins.
and Kevin Bacon. But
Yeah.
that one I was told actually was because his brother, and I forgot what his brother's name was, but apparently Kevin Bacon has an office like
Eggs and bacon.
in that building. So apparently he was just there to visit his brother or something like that, which is cool. And funny, I didn't meet him in the elevator, but I met that kid that passed away from the Disney Channel.
Oh, yeah.
That kid.
With the freckles after
Yeah.
his name is.
He was in Grown Ups.
Really cool kid, yeah.
Man, it's terrible how shit like that just happened.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, kid, by the way.
Word.
But
Cameron Boyce.
Cameron Boyce. There we go. Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
I met him. Funny enough, I didn't know he was half black. So he was walking with his dad, who's black.
Yeah.
And I had no idea who was his dad until we spoke. And he's like, "Yeah, it's my dad." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know. It's crazy." Yeah. And he was mad cool. He was asking me about like what I did there, and I was like, "I go to school here."
like no homo, good looking kid.
For
Was a
sure.
good-looking
Oh,
kid.
definitely.
But like, damn.
But for real,
He's
I
been
was like,
probably popular now.
you've never met a famous person, or like never had a conversation. That's
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, not even like an athlete. Or
Which
anything
is
like
funny because out of all of us, I feel like you're the most that could get along with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big
Like you could just
surprise.
meet like Michael Phelps and you guys be
that.
vibing.
Yo, bro,
Like,
what's up? You into that swimming shit? Yeah, not me.
not me. I'm down to hear you talk about it.
Yeah, he smokes mad. He does like a lot of drugs apparently.
Remember when he lost all his medals or whatever?
Well, they'd be
That
like, "Yo, let me
Boney
watch you
stuff
swim."
came out.
Yeah, let me watch you swim, bro. Nah, but I don't think that was that last fucking.
Could have been like a swim move. Could have been like he's going like he's about to DJ. Like
Last fucking.
About to hit that scratch, bro. About to pet a dog.
Can we talk about the Olympics? How it was supposed to happen this year?
It's pretty
And
sad.
it was supposed
Yeah.
to. Can we talk? Okay, the one thing that bothers me is the logo they had ready.
Oh,
Yeah, that shit was fire with the Japanese flag.
It was such a perfect number, 2020. It had like, and the way that they made it, it looked like the fucking
The flag. And
We should
the
have just
Olympic
had it.
design.
Yeah, bro.
We did all this.
That's what Jose say. Jose doesn't believe the coronavirus is real,
No,
and
no,
he
no,
thinks that
that's-
he thinks we should just.
That would have
not
been
be Olympic.
That is
ridiculous,
a
though.
total
Honestly.
joke, by the way.
Yeah. It's very serious.
Mad comments like,
No, but nah, they can't do the fucking Olympics without spectators. You can
So
that's
are
like
they
literally
doing
the
next year, or
worldwide
they're like
event.
waiting 4 years again.
well, it's just next year.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
2021 and then winter in 2022.
That's lit. Get it back-to-back Olympics. Is it the first time? I don't know. I'm not about to delve into that.
Well, I mean, it used to be both, and then it was every 4.
What's the guy with the funny name? He used to be the Olympic commissioner. Dick Pound, was it?
Yeah, Dick Pound.
Shout outs to Dick
He's
Pound.
also a Canadian
Pound.
lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
His name's Dick Pound.
Oh, that
How do
thing.
you get far with that name?
I
How do
missed
you become rich and all that shit and you don't change your name?
Because that's the best fucking name on the planet. You kidding me? Wouldn't you want to be Mark Bone?
I know once he became 18, he's like, I'm no longer Richie Pound. Call me Dick. Like, he knew right away. He was definitely...
He probably got into a higher position
Bro.
because he had that name.
Bro, Mark
Like-
Bone and Dick Pound. That's
Yeah,
it.
Mark Bone and Dick Pound, bro. We're about to fucking.
Mark Bone's and Dick Pound. That's
There's
it.
there's some etymology behind the name Mark, but you'll find out maybe like 6 years later.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
Episode 2000.
Bro, fucking
We have Mark on, you know?
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, easy.
It's just Jose
Yeah.
It's just like, yo,
with like sunglasses. But fuck it. Oh yeah, I was telling Dylan about it. Did you guys hear who bought the XFL, the other football league?
Oh, The Rock.
The Rock.
really?
Yeah.
What?
Which means that shit could be hype.
Yeah. got started and got canceled before it even got a chance to be popping.
Yeah.
Huh.
That should be very interesting.
Should be for sure.
Fuck, I was gonna. We were talking about something. I was gonna bring it up anyway. Whatever. Pop-Tarts.
Yo, I had a Pop-Tart this morning. I couldn't finish it.
Why? It was bad.
It wasn't a strawberry.
Getting old, Jerry.
It was a brown sugar. It comes in the big BJ's box with strawberry. So yeah.
I remember the in Malloy they used to have the only Pop-Tarts they would have were the brown sugar ones most of the time.
It was brown sugar, and then they had like ice cream sundae.
Yeah,
too.
that's what it was.
I don't like Pop-Tarts.
I mean,
they're bad for you.
Too sweet
so
for
it's
me.
Good.
No, I like bad shit. You know me. I eat mad junk food. I just can't do the sweet stuff.
Yeah,
I like salty things.
It's weird because I don't really like sweets all that much either. Like I don't really eat candy all that much. Like the only candy I like are Snickers.
But you like sweets, like confections. Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna get
like your lemon cake.
Yeah. Like if I'm gonna get something sweet, it's gonna be one thing, but it's gonna be like Skittles, the little rip things that you get from a 7-Eleven.
Oh, those are mad good.
And Snickers. Those are about the only three things.
You know what's funny? You know Martha's Country Bakery?
Yeah.
I can't stand in one of those. I get stupid nauseous because of all the smells of that sweet and stuff. And my girlfriend always buys her family's cakes there, so I have to go with her, and I always have to wait outside because I will literally I get dizzy. I can't.
That's me and like Yankee Candle. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, like I can't.
I like Yankee Candle.
It's just like when it smells like too much, I'm just in there and my
it's all mixed together. Yeah,
I get that.
No, we love candles, bro.
In speaking of candles, in Pennsylvania, there's a place called the House Candles. It's like deep into the Poconos.
Do they have candles?
Nah, they don't actually.
Sad.
They sell
houses.
Yeah. But what's it called? The house is actually a giant candle. That's what they call it. But what's it called? In there they have a sculptor that sculpts like custom candles.
That's sick, actually.
Bro, I remember.
Can we do that for like the podcast?
Can we do that for a living? Sculpt candles.
He was like, I remember I went, and he had like this huge candle that was like no bullshit, probably like that big, and it was like that high, and he had like a knife, and by the way, and that candle had like rings of different colors. So when he would slice into it would fold out, but it was like all rainbow and shit. Cool. And the way he would cut it, he would cut like smaller pieces and he would like fold them out.
Isn't it dope to watch artisans in very weird crafts do their job, but like perfectly?
Yeah. I was like, I stood there. I was just
like watching like glass blowers and shit like that.
That's another
It's another sick ass thing.
I would kill to like go and like be like, yo, blow your own glass, boy. Blow myself like a whole.
You gonna blow yourself?
But yeah. Blow myself a cup.
Keep saying
that's the glass thing I want.
That didn't make it sound any better. You're gonna blow yourself a cup. On that note, I think this is a good way to segue into the last segment of the show.
What's the last segment?
Unless anybody has things to say to end off.
No comments.
Oh, one more thing. Have you seen the new? There's a Chinese developer, a video game developer, that created a game for the character Sun Wukong. Do you know who Sun Wukong is?
Mm-mm.
It's the guy that inspired Goku.
Okay.
Yes. He's the monkey with the staff, right?
Yeah, that Sun Wukong. They made just like a couple days ago. There was a reveal, like a trailer reveal for a game that features Sun Wukong, and it looks incredible. Like it looks
Crazy.
like Souls-esque, like no bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all in Chinese, obviously. I don't think they've translated it yet, but everybody's going nuts about it right now. Like it's like an actual like cool ass looking game. But anyway.
Yeah. So last segment got the jam and the gam of the week.
Oh yeah, I don't even hold up.
Fucking
I gotta
Dylan's always unprepared with this
I'm not.
shit,
I have a lot of music. Bro.
I'm not gonna pull out my phone this week.
Oh.
Even though it's right here. I'm just gonna. I have it ready to
I'm
go.
gonna say first, "Laugh Now, Cry Later" by YG.
What is it called though? You don't have a playlist.
Yeah, you don't have a jam or yam.
What is it called?
Whoa, fuck you.
All right, fuck you playlist.
Drake
I'll go
just
next.
came out with the song the same title, right?
I'm gonna just do this before we go.
On camera?
Why not?
Okay.
There's no fucking problem with it. We literally we told drunk stories.
Yeah, it's like I'm
I said I got drunk at work.
This shout outs to
What is
Brianna McCarthy for getting me this.
Shout out. Oh yeah, she got me a keychain.
I'm gonna pour it off camera just so that.
Yes. All right. The yam of the week is "The Reason I'm Calling" by Land Party.
Dope. LAN part like LAN.
Yeah.
And my jam of the week is Daddy Cool by Boney M. It's a
All right.
fire-ass old school disco song. So yeah.
Just listen to that. It's kind of fire.
Super
actually.
funky.
Jerry, you got one? You got a clam or a bam?
I wasn't prepared, man.
Bro, just off the top. What you
Off the
about?
top.
What have you been listening to?
I don't know.
There won't be a graphic.
Jerry only listens to 90s Japanese music.
I was just zoned out, bro.
This is the sea shanties.
Word.
Bro,
He plays it's like he has like the Bluetooth out and it starts playing. And he's like, fuck. Nah, I listen to Kanye.
bro,
Listens to his Mongolian throat singing, bro.
Yeah. You want to do me a favor?
Hibachi by Lil Kid.
Okay.
Jerry, you want to be a homie? I don't have any water. Can I just?
Oh, got you, bro.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us here on episode Quattro of the Joystick Show. It was nice to have everybody here. As the show continues, you'll see a rotating panel of guests, and if
except
not,
Joey.
You'll always, except Joey.
He'll be here
Joey won't be
sometimes. Don't worry.
Don't worry, he'll be here soon. Give it like 20 more episodes. And in the meantime, you always have me and Dill. But thanks to Jared and Jose for stopping by. We had a fun time, good conversations. Anybody's got some, what was we used to say, final thoughts?
Final thoughts? Man.
Spanish music is good.
It's pretty good, yes.
Spanish music is good.
It's a vibe.
I didn't give it a chance, but I'm starting to get into Spanish music.
Shout out to Bobby's parties to get me into Spanish music.
Be like that.
Olé.